Hello everyone. It's been a little bit, hasn't it? Welcome back to New Day. In this video, we're going to be focusing on features that have been implemented in the game within the past few months and upcoming features that will be available for the Patreons. The most significant features that we've worked on between February and March were dreams, ghosts, fairies, and a few minigames. Witches now have 3 witch-related minigames, and one of those minigames requires you to have an evil or envious witch on your island. It does sound restricting to have minigames related to certain traits and species, but we think it allows our players to create a more diverse island with unique personalities. Now, on to ghosts. They're a significant part of New Day, as islanders will ask to be turned into one if they've been on your island for a long time. Not much is known about the afterlife, or as the islanders call it, the Great Beyond. Ghosts can be kinda scary and a little weird to have in your save file, but worry not, they can be disabled with a feature we will discuss later on. The update we're working on right now contains loads of new content and features for one specific purpose. Once version 0.0.0.07 releases, the Patreon members who have access to the game will be able to stream or play it for their YouTube channels. Yes, you heard that right. The reason why we're allowing for this is because the next update contains enough content that we feel the game needed before the public officially saw proper gameplay of. The next update will have a few player-related jobs, ordinances, clubs, and much more. Now, we'll actually give you a preview of what's to come. Ordinances are being introduced into New Day. What are ordinances, you may ask? Ordinances are special rules for your island that you can purchase with the money you've made in your game. 2 ordinances will be available from the start, one of which will include the ability to disable death in your game. Ordinances allow you to customize your gameplay experience without ruining the overall vibe and similarities of what fans loved about Tomodachi Life. In other words, you'll still keep the randomness of the gameplay and be able to customize your own experience to your liking. Some ordinances, though, are only here for the funnies. For a while, New Day went without an island in the Patreon builds, but now, we're officially showing off the game's island. It's currently a work in progress, but one day soon, it will be an amazing work of art. That's enough spoilers for the game's upcoming features. We really want the final game to be surprising and new for the fans, which is why we try to keep the content that we share at a minimum. Other than previous and upcoming content, however, we do have another segment to do in this video. Our yearly Q&A session. Last year, we answered your burning questions for the game, and now, we're here to do it again. First up, Peter Pan asked, how similar do you expect New Day to be to Tomodachi Life? Well, New Day is its own game, but in the style of Tomodachi Life. These are 2 completely separate games, so not everything will be similar. That being said, we're always expanding the game and consistently changing. Some stuff will have the same style, but most will be completely separate. Osprey asked, will there be any multiplayer or online aspects? We've thought about it, and that'll require for a consistent server to be ran at all times in order for the game to properly include multiplayer features. We don't think it'll be a possibility, but if anything is created after New Day, then we'll definitely look into it for those new projects. Netherboom asked, like before, may we see some funny bugs? Of course! Here's a screenshot of suddenlyalone's game, where their islander kept gatekeeping their baby from growing up. The baby also spawned without a face. Actually, babies were extremely broken in version 0.0.0.06, but the new update is going to fix that. Netherboom asked, what is the biggest feature that you have planned that you're not currently working on at the moment? We're always creating new features for the game to have, but the main feature that Furbies is dreading to do is definitely relationships. New Day currently only has befriending and unfriending, but soon it'll have dating, marriage, and more. Those can sometimes be really tricky to implement, especially in a game like this. Z asked, can I keep the local raccoon that keeps digging through our apartment building's trash as a pet? No. Double asked, is causing an SCP breach illegal on the island? You're the god, you decide. However, you might not like where you end up. Double asked, will you add a graveyard for undead islanders to hang out at? It's certainly a unique idea, but it might be weird to have an ordinance about disabling death and suddenly an empty graveyard with no actual purpose in the game. Toasty asked, why is Frederick named Frederick? Because, yes, that's the name they received when they were molded and brought to life, before the first god vanished forever and left them in charge. Double asked, which NPC would like to try and hit 5 people versus 1? Probably Nyx. Potato asked, would Frederick eat a crapple? They do not eat. Nintendo asked a few questions. Will we be able to create clothing sets for different occasions or times? That's a really unique idea, but it's currently not being considered for the game. I really like the sound of it though, so maybe in the future. When we look at the Islanders' apartments, will we be able to see them exchanging a few lines of dialogue sometimes? In the future, we want Islanders to feel alive, so something like this is definitely going to be in the game, but not in the way that you think. Will we have furniture that makes music or sound? Yes, the TV will make sound and play videos in the future, and other pieces of furniture will do the same. Currently, how many soundtracks do you have for the game? Around 36 at the moment, give or take a few. Violer of Cool asked, will you be able to customize pets? Yes. suddenlyalone asked, will there be more shopkeepers, and if so, who? There will be, and we can't say, it's spoilers. Mizu Melon asked, will there be a way to change the pitch of each of the Islanders' voices? Currently, no. All Islanders have the same voice. In the lore of the game, the reason is because they're made of clay and don't have voice boxes, and instead make speech patterns that they're taught by Frederick in order to mimic a similar speaking style. Jeskel asked, will there be a lot spots for groups of Islander friend hangouts? For example, at a park or a mall? Also, what is your favorite feature in development? In the game, there will be a park and multiple other buildings that Islanders will be able to chill and hang out in. Furby's favorite feature that's currently in development is probably ordinances and clubs. Bacon asked, would you consider porting New Day to more platforms such as Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, or mobile? The most reasonable chance out of all of these to get a port would be an Android app APK, but that's likely not to happen until months or even years after development of the main game is completed. The game is being made with only a Windows PC in mind. Ombre de Niev asked, does the game have any funny seasonal events planned like for Halloween, Christmas, St. Patrick's Day, etc.? Yes, New Day will have seasons and holidays, and events for each holiday will be present. And on that note, the Q&A portion of the video is finished, and the video is finally coming to an end. We hope to reveal more of New Day's features in the future as the development continues to tread on. Hopefully you see our vision for the game and continue to support us via our Patreon, or simply joining the Discord server. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.